Thank you. Dr. Hall, are there any adjustments to the agenda, sir? Great, thank you. Our core purpose and goals. Our core purpose is success for all students. Our core value is at least 90% of students pass language arts, English, and mathematics on state assessments. Our core value is character. We will continue to be an institution guided by ethical strength. Students. We will continue to put students first in our priorities and our decision making. Service. We will continue to be an organization known for its servant spirit. Stewardship. We will continue to embody the qualities of stewardship. This is a great night. We're here to celebrate tonight. We love this night. And we're here to say thank you to so many people that have served South Madison and the children here, most importantly, so well for so many years. So, Dr. Hall, you want to get us kicked off?
Good evening, everyone. Oh, these are the hard ones for me, it seems like, maybe because I know mine's imminent here one of these days, and so I see myself getting closer and closer, and I'm missing some of those I've been around for a long time. So today, we come together to honor someone whose impact reaches far beyond the walls of the classroom. After more than 30 years, we celebrate a teacher who has truly made a difference in the lives of hundreds of students and their families. Throughout her career, she has modeled excellence in every sense of the word, bringing thoughtfulness, deep knowledge, and an unwavering commitment to her work. Her classroom was a place where students felt, and still do, seen, supported, and challenged to grow. She believes in every student's potential and helps them believe in it too. She also has been a source of wisdom, encouragement for her colleagues. She's a leader, a mentor, and a steady presence we could always count on. Whether through quiet guidance or collaborative energy, she made the entire school community stronger. Her influence has stretched beyond academics. She's been a joyful participant in the fun of school life. Her silly dress-up days and school spirit events, planning celebrations and recognizing successes, both big and small, her ability to balance professionalism with genuine joy made her a bright light in our hallways. As she steps into retirement, we know she carries with her not just the memories of a remarkable career, but the gratitude of an entire community, and we wish her days filled with rest, joy, and time for what matters most: travel, family, and the freedom to explore life at her own pace. As Dr. Seuss wrote, "Don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened." We're smiling today because of everything Angie Brinson has contributed to our lives, everything we've built together, and the lasting impression you're leaving behind. We want to thank you for everything you've given to this profession, to our students, and to all of us. And your legacy is lasting, and you will be deeply missed, but never forgotten. With the clock.
Hey, Angie, can you come on around?
Oh.
Thank you, Dr. Hall. Well, my first retiree is Coach Cloud, and if you know anything about Coach Cloud, he is a cheesecake extraordinaire. And the other side of that is if you're choking on your cheesecake, you need a pat on the back, that's your guy right there. After an incredible 40 years of dedicated service to South Madison Community School Corporation, Dave Cloud is retiring and leaving behind a lasting legacy of excellence and education. Throughout his remarkable career, Coach Cloud's taught courses including management fundamentals, principles of business management, and economics, shaping the minds and the futures of countless students. As a coach, his impact was profound, spanning 3 decades on the high school football coaching staff, both freshman, JV, and varsity. 8 years with PHMS football, and an incredible 40 years as the varsity wrestling coach. Coach Cloud's passion for mentoring youth extended beyond the classroom and the mats. He's been an advocate for leadership development, and he plans to continue this important work in his retirement. His future plans include traveling, gardening, continuing his role as the Indiana representative of National Wrestling Coaches Association, representing Sterilizer Corporation in Ohio, Indiana, and Illinois, and running scholastic leadership conferences for the NWCA. And he's going to continue coaching the Arabians. When asked what he enjoyed most about his teaching career, Coach Cloud said, "It's the people I got to work with, the students, the athletes, who have gone on to do amazing things and build their financial futures." Thank you, Coach Cloud, for your unwavering commitment, your passion, your teaching and coaching, and countless lives that you've influenced. Your legacy will live on in every student athlete and colleague who had the privilege of working with you. We wish you the best in your retirement. These next two are retiring out of our math department, so I'm going to ask them to check my math. But I think we have 113 years of service between these three individuals. So Mrs. Dunn, will you stand up for us, please? Yeah. Mrs. Dunn has dedicated 37 incredible years to South Madison Community School Corporation, where she has inspired generations of students through her passion for mathematics and her commitment to student growth both inside and outside of the classroom. Over the years, Mrs. Dunn not only taught math, but also contributed to the school community as serving in a sponsorship role. She was the academic team, both math and or science, from 1994 to 2007, and then again in 2009 through 2022. I believe she helped out Coach Cloud as a map maid from 1989 to 1997. And she loved cleaning those mats so much she went back in 2004 to 2007. She was a class sponsor from 1991 through 95, and then again in 2005 through 2009. She also was the sponsor for SAD, both at PHHS and in Madison County. She contributed as a sponsor to Best Buddies from 2013 to 2020. And her favorite part of working at SMCSC has been building relationship with students and colleagues, a testament to the positive impact she's had on countless lives throughout her career. As she embarks on a new adventure, Mrs. Dunn will be joining Music Travel Consultants as a tour director, which she's already started moonlighting in that, combining her love for organization, travel, and education in a new way. Congratulations to Mrs. Dunn, and thank you for your years of dedication, your leadership, and your care. You'll be greatly missed. And Mrs. Ronsley, could you join us, please? Okay, Mrs. Ronsley got 36 years of service. Mrs. Ronsley is retiring from South Madison, where she has been a cornerstone in our math department over the years. She has taught a wide range of courses, Algebra 1, Geometry, Algebra 2, and our Advanced Math Dual Credit courses. She guides students through her foundational skills and college-level content with dedication and care. Mrs. Ronsley's plans for retirement are a well-earned shift to herself. She wants to sleep in more. These are her quotes. Sleep in more, spend more time with family and friends, travel, get more involved with church and Bible studies, and make herself a priority. As her husband put it, you need to retire because you have a life to start living. When reflecting on her time at South Madison, Mrs. Ronsley shared, she loves the small town environment of Pendleton. Even though she lives in Fishers, she's always felt safe and part of the community here. A special highlight of her career was having the opportunity to teach in the same building with her son, Stephen. Throughout the years, she had been grateful for the support and collaboration of amazing teachers and administrators who helped her enrich her professional journey. Another quote is, "PHHS will always have a special place in my heart, and I will always continue to take pride in myself and the Arabians." Thank you, Mrs. Ronsley, for your passion and your commitment and your wisdom and your decades of service.
All right, well, thank you. Congratulations to all the retirees. We sure appreciate all that you've done for South Madison, and we will miss you, so thank you for being here. Mr. Smith, if you'd like to come up at this time and introduce our new basketball coach.
I'm glad that there's no action being taken tonight because he may resign. Because everybody that's in here is overdressed compared to me. I'm sweaty. He's like, this is what I got into. So glad there is no action. He's in. It's too late now. But President Lord, thank you very much. Board of School Trustees, Superintendent Dr. Hall. First, I want to say thank you for the support of myself, my staff, and our student athletes. That support really makes it easy to come to work every day, even on the tough days. I want to thank our basketball selection committee through this process. Pendleton Heights Principal, Mr. Sean Rose, Assistant Principal, Dr. Michael Pio, and Assistant Athletic Director, Adam Ritz. This was a very time-consuming process, very thorough and thoughtful search, and their trust in me does not go unnoticed. Again, when you work with people like that, it's easy to come to work every day. Fellow retirees here this evening, thank you for sharing this evening with us. Mrs. Ronsley, I think, is the only one that ever had to kick me out of class that's sitting over there, so congratulations. But I do want to point out that I think it's important that our coaches here this evening to see this because of the amount of years of service that these teachers and educators have given to this corporation over all their time. There's a reason why they continue to come to work at this corporation, and so I'm glad that our new basketball coach gets to see that this evening. Just a little background on the search. We had more candidates than I anticipated, and I anticipated we'd have quite a few. We did 2 rounds of interviews before selecting the coach, and I know that some other schools were interested in our successful candidate, and I'm glad that we have him here, and I can't wait till he gets to kick those other schools' butts that passed up the opportunity to hire a good one. So patient, calm, while still having a sense of urgency, hungry, competitive, high basketball IQ, high character, a good moral compass, and the desire to work. Coach Rhodes checked all those boxes. I wanted my son to be here this evening because it's important that I make hires based on whether or not I would want our individuals to coach my son. And this individual that you're getting ready to meet, I will gladly allow him to coach my son in the sport of basketball. I knew that when I called him that night to tell him that we were going to offer him the job, it was about 10 o'clock, and I knew, for selfish reasons, I knew that I wasn't going to sleep that night if I waited till the next day, so I made the phone call. And I knew that I had checked references, so they had probably contacted him and told him that maybe a phone call was coming. And so I thought I would play along a little bit. So I drug it on, thanked him for the patience through the process, went through some other things, and then at the end, finally offered him the job. And in typical dad fashion, try not to wake the kids, in a just barely over a whisper, he said, "Let's go." Then promptly told me that his wife was doing a happy dance, which we will not make her do this evening. And then also told me that I needed to work on my delivery, which I appreciate that as well. I think some of the points that, or I think it points that someone is doing things right and for the right reasons, that he still, after a couple of weeks, has not asked me how much he's going to get paid to coach basketball at Pendleton Heights. And that tells you somebody's doing it for the right reasons. So I want to introduce you to Coach Rhodes tonight. His family is with him, his wife Lauren, and his children Riley and Tatum. So congratulations and welcome to Pendleton Heights in South Madison, Coach Rhodes.
First of all, congratulations. Enjoy retirement. You've all earned it. I only have a few years in the classroom. And here in 37, 36, that is 40. That's incredible. So congrats. I just came here to say thank you. Thank you to Principal Rose. Thank you to Chad. Thank you to the whole committee. I am excited to be here. I've been around the guys a few times. I had one meeting and a couple open gyms. I've got to meet a few of the staff, and everybody, the kids, the staff, everybody's been very welcoming. It's the kind of community that I grew up in and that I wanted to be a part of. All I really wanted to say is that what you're getting in me is somebody who's going to do everything I can to make you guys proud. That includes these two. That's growing the boys. You know, they enter as 14, 15-year-old boys, growing them into young men, and along the way winning hopefully lots of games, so the community can rally behind us. But I just want to say thank you. I can't wait to get to know all of you individually, and hopefully, even though you guys won't be in the building anymore, we can still get you to come out and support a few games this season. So thank you.
Thank you, sir. Well, Coach, we want to say thank you, and we appreciate having you here also as well, and your children. So welcome to South Madison. We're glad you're in Pendleton. So thank you for being here. All right, we will take about a 15-minute break here. We have refreshments outside for all the retirees and everybody else. You're more than welcome to stay for the rest of the meeting for the exciting enrollment update if you'd like to. If you choose to move on, that is just fine also. So we'll take a break here for about 15 minutes. So please enjoy yourself. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, President Lord. I'm just going to give you our annual enrollment Mays in a row so that you can see what we're anticipating for the fall. Of course, this could change a few, but just wanted to make sure you were aware of where we were at. So I will start with the high school. And as I've done in the past, I've probably given you more information you want, but I'll try to summarize the main points. So what we're anticipating at the high school next fall would be a total of 1,372, which is a little bit down from last year at this time. This year, we were predicting 1,380 last year at this time. And if you look at that, you can see by grade level, you can see how many non-resident students are in that compared to resident students. I always point out the blue on these slides are how many students we'd have at the high school if we didn't have the non-resident students here. So we'd have about 1,218. So if down by capacity, as people continue to ask us about space. So if you look at our 1,372, the capacity there is 1,600, so we're expecting to be around 86%. If we were running without the non-resident students, we'd be at 76%. The 25-26 forecast is what the demographic study forecasted. So when we had that done 3 years ago, he had us projected to be 1,392, and then he's got us at the end of that study, which would have been the 10-year study, he has us at 1,447. So as you can see, he's still staying pretty close. He's within 20 kids out of almost 1,400, so that's pretty accurate. The largest enrollment at the high school that we've ever had was in 2015, and that's when we were at 1,457. So even in the 10-year projection, we're still not projected to be bigger than we were at the class of 2015. So anybody have any questions about the high school? The middle schools, we are projecting it to be at 701, which is down about 20 from where we were at last year in the fall. We have 599 residents. We're expecting 102 non-residents. 701 is about as low as we've been in a while at the middle school. And then again, if you look at our capacity, we'd be at 78%. We'd be at 67 without the non-residents. Where I think is really interesting is he had us forecast at 692, so he's extremely accurate at the middle school compared to where he's basically off 9 in 3 years ago or 4 years ago. And then he's predicting us to be at 742. The largest we were at, which corresponds to what I just told you about the high school, was in 13 when that group was there. We had 785 at the high school. That's the highest enrollment we've ever had at the middle school. East Elementary, we're expecting 592 resident students, 152 non-residents, so a total population of 677, which is it's similar to what we had this year, maybe down a handful. And these are all projected. Obviously we will pick up some and lose some over the summer, but this is where we're at after kindergarten roundup and with known students. So East's capacity, 677 makes us 80%. Without the non-residents would be 62%. We were forecasted to be 746, and so we're down a little bit from that. And then the highest enrollment we ever had at East was in 15, that was 816. So. And then Maple Ridge, we're expecting 860, which is about exactly where we were at last fall. 810 residents, 50 non-residents. So the one thing that's unique about Maple Ridge, I always point out, is that class will finally be out of there after next year, that big bubble class where you've got 155. So it'll be moving on. And the one thing that I will point out is we're losing a class of 155 and only bringing in a class of 99 at Maple Ridge. So as people continue to talk about size in our buildings like that, we're actually going to be down 40 kids potentially if that trend continues. So some of that's going to take care of itself. Building capacity, obviously that is the tightest building we have in terms of space. So we're expecting to be at 96% If we didn't have the non-residents, we'd be at 90. We're only 2 off from the forecast. So the forecast was 858 for next year, and we're at 860. So largest class we ever had was in 2009 with 885. So, and that was really full. So that was at 98%. Pendleton, I always break out the pre-K on this one. That's why it's yellow. The other 2 buildings don't have pre-K. So we're expecting 959, which would be 820 resident, 139 non-resident. You'll notice in kindergarten, the larger number of kindergarten than we've had in past years, and that's because of us placing some of the non-resident students at Pendleton that first year, and then they'll move to East in first grade. That's why that is 30 in kindergarten, and most years it's like 16 or 17, so that increase is there. Capacity is 1,200 between the 2 buildings, so we'll be about 75%. We were forecasted to be 811, and this is the building where the forecast has missed the most. Some of that is not his fault because we're moving kids around that he didn't know about, and on top with the non-resident kids, the other thing is that Hunsinger Farms addition was not really active with those new houses at the time we did this forecast, and so he could not anticipate the kids that have moved into Hunsinger Farms. So that's why he's missed, but that's the only building that he's missed. So if you look at the district, we have space for 5,450 kids, and we're expecting 4,569. So we're expecting to be right at 84%. If we did without the non-residents, it would be 73%. We were expected to be 4,499, so that again is really close. It's well within the 2% that he guaranteed he would be over the 10-year time period. So I think I figured that up. It's right at 1% that he's missed. So it's an extremely accurate forecast. So I would recommend we continue to use that to guide us. And then he's expecting us to be 4,701 by 3132. So I will be glad to answer any questions you have about this, but the bottom line to it is we still have room, and the forecast is holding true. That's essentially the moral to the story.
I think it was amazing that he could come that close with the information that he had, not knowing about the economy. But
For sure.
Board members, any more questions for Dr. Hall about the enrollment update? Okay, thank you, Dr. Hall.
Thanks.
We will go now to, do you have a motion for adjournment? Make a motion.
Second.
Tammy?
Anna Blake, I
Yes.
apologize.
You're
Buck Evans.
Yes.
Mike Hanna.
Yes.
Bill Hutton.
yes.
Mark Thompson.
Yes.
John Lord.
Yes.